QoS mechanisms rely on IP addresses to identify the endpoints of a communication.
The address on the envelope.
Exactly. And things like CIDR and VLSM, which help us use IP addresses more efficiently, they indirectly help QoS by making the network routing infrastructure more organized and scalable. Less wasted address space means potentially better resource utilization overall.
Okay. And NAT, network address translation.
NAT, which translates private IP addresses inside your home or office to a public IP address, can sometimes complicate end-to-end QoS because it hides the original source address. Maintaining consistent QoS treatment across a NAT boundary can sometimes be tricky, though there are ways around it.
Right. So IP is the map and addressing structure. What about the transport layer, TCP versus UDP? How do they fit in?
Oh, the transport layer choice is hugely relevant to QoS. Applications often choose TCP or UDP based specifically on their QoS needs.
How so?
Well, think about UDP. It's fast, lightweight, connectionless. It doesn't guarantee delivery or order. So applications that prioritize speed and low latency and can maybe tolerate losing a packet here and there, like live video streaming, online gaming, DNS lookups, even some voice calls, they often choose UDP.
Speed over certainty.
You could say that. Then you have TCP. TCP is all about reliability. It establishes a connection, numbers the packets, makes sure they all arrive in the right order, asks for retransmissions if anything is lost. It's got flow control to avoid overwhelming the receiver.
The careful, reliable one.
Exactly. So applications where every single bit of data must arrive correctly, file transfers, email, loading web pages, they use TCP. They can usually tolerate a bit more latency in exchange for that reliability.
So the choice between TCP and UDP is almost like the application's first declaration of its QoS priorities.
That's a great way to put it. It signals whether it's primarily latency sensitive or reliability sensitive. This choice then influences how the network might treat that traffic, especially when combined with other QoS markings like diffser.
This really ties it all together nicely. Our notes mentioned an exercise about real-time video streaming. Thinking about everything we've discussed, what would be the absolute critical QoS factor for that?
For real-time video streaming, hands down, it's low latency and low jitter. Time sensitivity is paramount.
Right. Delays and inconsistent delays just kill the experience.
Absolutely. Viewers hate buffering and choppy playback, so you'd want mechanisms that minimize delay and keep the packet arrival times consistent.
And could things like RSVP, RTP, RTCP help there?
They are designed exactly for this kind of scenario. RSVP could, in theory, be used to request and reserve bandwidth, guaranteeing a smoother path.